Hello, everyone. I hope you all are having a good day today. Today, I'll be talking to you about my new cosmetology school that I would like to pitch for you. I know you all may be thinking what possibly could be different with this new school or opening up a new cosmetology school on a whole. However, that is what we're going to talk about today during my pitch. I am very passionate about this because I have firsthand experience with this new situation and I would love to share it with you. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, a little bit about me. My name is Kamisha and I am the founder of Majesty Cosmetology School. A little bit about me before I get started is that I'm currently a fourth year student working my way towards receiving my Bachelor of Commerce with a major in organizational behavior and human resources management with a minor in marketing. Majestic hair became an idea to me during the pandemic when I needed to get my hair done. And I actually had to go to a cosmetology school to get it done because that's what was in my area. So however, living in a predominantly white area, my options were very limited, and that's exactly why I had to go to this hair school. So after having such a bad experience with my hair being basically all gone, I wasn't really upset at the stylist. I was actually upset at the curriculum. So a little bit about my school that I would like to create is that the reason why I wanted to do this is because Black women have had difficulty locating a hair salon that treats, washes, and styles their hair appropriately. So while it varies by province or country or city, many beauty schools do not teach students how to do textured hair. So to lessen the baggage that comes with textured hair, I believe opening a new cosmetology school would be the best. So Majesty Hair Cosmetology School was founded to further diversify and expand the present hair curriculum and ensure it includes textured hair. Although we are in 2022, I find that there's still a gap within the Black industry when it comes to Black women and men. The school was created to fill that gap and to make Black people feel beautiful and valued and welcomed. Although there are many Black individuals like myself that live in a predominantly white area, I don't think it's fair for anyone to drive hours away just to go where someone can do their hair. So just to further expand on that is going to where more minorities live, which could be way further out and just causing more time on a person for them to do their hair. I want Black women to have less hassle and time spent looking for a suitable salon. So this new cosmetology school will offer curriculum that emphasizes textured hair, going beyond the basics by teaching students how to braid, straighten textured hair, locks, wig installs, sew-ins, hair extensions, anything that has to do with natural hair, as well as how to maintain the natural state of textured hair. Black people are supposed to feel beautiful and majestic by people whose very job is to make them feel beautiful, but unfortunately that is a problem. At this school, we want hairstylists to gain the right knowledge, making the customers leave with majestic hair. Okay, so moving on to the problem. There are 4 problems here that I have outlined for you to read. So when it comes to the problem, Black women have had difficulty locating hair salons that treat, washes, and styles their hair appropriately. Like I said on the last slide, a stylist simply learns the fundamental essentials such as straight or curly non-textured hair, or if they do learn about textured hair, they learn it in one day and are never taught about it again. So this is a major problem. So how beauty school works is that most of the learning is done through theory or mannequin heads. So I know this because I actually took a course in high school about cosmetology. So this is why I know about the theory and how beauty school is done. So unless a person comes in who has textured hair that a stylist would need to work on, they really do not do textured hair again. So they would not do textured hair again, meaning students never actually touch textured hair before they go to work in a salon, which is a big problem. Another thing is that when hairstylists are not taught techniques for working with and caring for different textured hair, such as curly or kinky hair, it's actually a form of discrimination. So this is hair segregation. It's 2022 and there are little to none when it comes to diversity for Black individuals. So when they're discriminated against, it actually further marginalizes Black people, reinforcing the idea that Black hair and Black women or men aren't valued, which is a big problem, and that is something that we need to stop within the within the beauty community or beauty industry. Sorry. Despite the industry making hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, beauty education schools still overwhelmingly emphasize European beauty standards and hair textures, and this is something that we want to change at Majesty Hair School. So now let's move on to opportunity that this company would offer to its consumers. So some things that we would offer is fixing the broken cosmetology school system, bridging the gaps between traditional cosmetology education. The beauty community needs more diversity, more training. So many hairstylists are actually looking to be taught about textured hair, as well as big segments of Black women are looking for knowledgeable hairstylists within the area. So to begin with, fixing the broken cosmetology school system. So the school system of cosmetology has been broken for many years, which unfortunately is rooted back all the way into slavery. Specifically in Ontario, the curriculum includes things such as how to chemically relax hair. And if you don't know what relaxing hair is, I can just quickly go over it for you. It's basically when someone, a Black woman or a Black man that has textured hair, chemically changes it to make it more straightened, so stripping their natural texture away. So the reason why a lot of Black women or Black men will do this is because it's a Eurocentric standard of beauty. But they're not taught styles. So like in Ontario, the curriculum, hairstylists are not taught styles such as locks, box braids, or twists. So what we want to do is that we want to change the curriculum and training hairstylists to bridge this gap, making it stronger so everyone is able to work with curly and kinky hair. So by bridging the gap between traditional cosmetology education is another opportunity that we would offer. So professional cosmetology schools in this country have been or are actually administered by small privately owned entities, or are actually owned by post-secondary schools with teaching techniques that are actually outdated. While these schools are still using the same course book to teach their classes, it actually does not reflect the current beauty industry problem that is happening today. By offering a curriculum that is up to date, we will be bridging that gap, also teaching these hairstylists how to work with textured hair in depth, not just for 1 week, so they get used to it. Another thing is that we will be giving the industry more diversity. As of today, this industry still needs diversity more than ever. Black women are constantly feeling left out of the loop, and it's time to put them in the loop. Over the years, we have felt like beauty does not include people of color or Black people specifically, and it really just doesn't include anything about us. This industry teaches many people that we are not beautiful, which actually causes many of us to have self-esteem for this issue. So this is an opportunity for a new beauty school to have diversity and inclusion, making everyone feel love and welcome and making sure their self-esteem is better. Lastly, more training and knowledgeable hairstylists. These two are actually interconnected. So the lack of training on curly or kinky hair really not only makes for a horrible experience, but it can lead to health risks. So by this, I'm just going to go more in depth. Is an example of this is that if a Black woman cannot find a stylist within their area that can properly do her hair and take care of it, she may actually opt into different styles that a stylist suggests and make it seem easier to care for, such as relaxing their hair, straightening their hair repeatedly, or wearing tight braids. So if a person with textured hair actually continues to straighten their hair repeatedly, it breaks and damages their hair. So this affects Black women because it results in damaged hair and hair not growing back, and can lead to alopecia, causing their hair to be ruined. And this is all something that we want to get rid of at our new school. So next we're going to be talking about the solution. So going to a standard cosmetology school is sufficient for many people. However, for those who want to learn more and improve their skills, coming to Majesty Hair Academy will teach them more. Customers of hair salons will have a more joyful more joyful experience and leaving feeling attractive if a textured hair curriculum is established to address the lack of diversity and segregation in the beauty industry. So by creating this new school and creating a new curriculum, we are actually able to break this cycle of not knowing how to do textured hair, and they will be able to teach future generations about what they have learned while also offering excellent services. So students will be able to add wigs, weaves, locks, and just many more to their current portfolio by delivering an all-inclusive service, as well as more in-depth training and better awareness. So by making better awareness of the current problem, we will be making a curriculum that is going to be implemented into schools, not just at our cosmetology school, about textured hair education. By providing access to our education or our curriculum, we will help other cosmetology schools that want to implement it, making a better awareness of the current problem in the cosmetology industry. And then for more in-depth training, all hairstylists will go through in-depth training of textured hair. Like I said prior, hairstylists are actually, if they are taught about textured hair, it's only for one day. And unless someone that comes into the hair salon with textured hair, they really never touch textured hair a day in their life. So we want to give them more in-depth training, allowing them to have better benefits in the future for them as a stylist, making their pool of consumers more for them. So that is what we will be offering as a solution here at the school. So now I want to talk about the product that we actually will be making. So on the left, you will see is the curriculum that we want to create. So it will be made by Black knowledgeable hairstylists that have over 10 years of working with textured hair to ensure that we are creating the best possible curriculum for students and other hairstylists. This has actually been created for textured hair, including how to style and maintain it, as well as the necessary tools needed on curly or kinky hair, as well as the theory behind our hair, how to treat it, and many, many more. We want to make a curriculum of our own for our school because as a Black woman, we know what's best for our hair and how to treat it and take care of it. So we just want that to be done. For this book to be purchased, students and licensed professionals will be allowed to purchase it for work and school purposes. And then as well as we believe adding this curriculum will help a lot when working on textured hair, as well as bringing the awareness to what we are lacking in the industry as of 2022. So now I just want to go over the market opportunity that the cosmetology industry or beauty industry, that we will be in. So the current market of the beauty industry is thriving and expanding. As you can see on the picture on your right, the industry has gone up in recent years and it actually is still expanding. Personally, the beauty industry is something that honestly will not do terrible. Like sometimes it will be in a decline, but I just don't think it will be bad because of how much individuals actually use it, no matter the age. During COVID, it actually remained one of the best performing industries and it is one of the fastest growing industries in the US and Canada. So specifically for hair, there are a few barriers to entry, which means for us, we will see an increase of competition. However, with that we are offering, or however, with what we are offering, I don't believe it will be as intense for us. Of course, we will have competition from all the other beauty schools, but we believe we will excel in what we offer. As the demand for hairstylists continues to grow, more salons will open, meaning these stylists need a job. Also, meaning that there will be hairstylists that need to go to school and learn, which means this is an opportunity for more students to come to our school. With the picture on the right hand side, I actually got the information from TSPA Winnipeg, and the link is in the notes if you guys just want to double check it for the stats. So the industry is actually supposed to grow in terms of revenue in 2024 and continue to make billions. This is a pro for us, knowing that the market will not fail us. So that is why I wanted to show you guys the market opportunity, to show you what we will be going into. Okay, so competition. There are 3 competitors that we feel that are very out there, that stand out the most to us. So that will be well-established cosmetology schools, post-secondary schools, and entrepreneurial texture hairstylists. So when it comes to well-established schools and post-secondary schools, these are our biggest competitors. This is because they already have a reputation that they have, and many people may rather go to these schools because they will be highly favored, as well as many people believe going to post-secondary school is a better option for them because they also accept OSAP as a form of payment, which is another advantage that they have over us. And another advantage that these two have over us are their curriculum books, because we will be creating a curriculum. The providers for them, or the providers that give them their books or they buy them from, is another competitor, because we are competing against them for the curriculum. When people are so used to buying things that are good for them, it's very hard for them to get out of the habit of buying something new because something just works well for them. So that is another competition for us. As for entrepreneurs, this will be another hard competitor. So by entrepreneurial texture hairstylist, I mean any hairstylist that have graduated and actually specializes in textured hair. So that could be Black woman or another person of color, or even a Caucasian. Many people want to go to them for their private classes and seminars that they have because of their reputation, or just for the lack of knowing about our school, as well as the many years that they have. Social media is very popular, so when people see entrepreneurs doing good, specifically for textured hair, they would rather go to their classes because they offer so many pros. As all companies have competition, we believe that these competitors actually will make us do better in the end and prosper with our growth. So these are actually the 3 competitors that really stand out to us. So what distinguishes Majesty Hair Academy from its competitors are that we are filling a void in the industry for exclusively working with textured hair. As a Black woman myself with textured hair, I have firsthand experience with frustration of trying to find a salon and having horrible experience. Another thing is that we are introducing something new to the market, a sense of community, flexibility, and lastly, we'll be acquiring a patent will be critical to our success. So because we are introducing something new to the market, because there were actually nothing about textured hair in the curriculum, we are actually introducing something new to the market that enhances and goes in depth about textured hair and how to deal with it. This is something new that we are bringing to the market, which gives us an advantage. When it comes to a sense of community, It actually distinguishes us from other cosmetology school. Having a community of hairstylists that want to learn more than what is taught in the traditional curriculum and develop a better understanding of how to work with textured hair is a sense of community. Many hairstylists in the area are actually interested in learning more about textured hair, and they may and will do this at our newly constructed school. So having this and also insider information is interconnected with a sense of community. So insider information comes easily to us. Knowing how to work with our hair type and the education that goes along with it provides us with the more valuable knowledge that allows us to open this hair academy. And then lastly, when it comes to acquiring a patent, this will be critical to our success and actually gives us an advantage over our competitors, is because within the first few months, we will have a patent on our curriculum that we are teaching. This is because this is important knowledge and information, and we don't want another company to profit from it while we work long and hard to develop something that it wasn't there and still isn't there. So once our product is ready, we'll be able to sell it once we obtain that patent, which will actually give us an advantage over these schools. When it comes to the target audience, on the screen, this is some things that we want to be including. So our target audience is from between the ages from 17 and 70. So this would be new high school students, graduates, adults, and seniors fall into this category. We wouldn't want to set an age limit because it's never too late to start school, as well as they need to have moderate to high income. So the reason why we did that age is because there's no age limit on beauty, and we believe if you want to come, you can. So this is our target audience between those ages. When it comes to gender, it's going to be both male and female. There will be no discrimination against gender, so the school will be gender neutral, allowing anyone to enroll regardless of their gender. And then common interests will be will have hair, beauty, and fashion as a common interest. Having these interests can lead to wanting someone to learn about textured hair, depending on their personal fashion and idea of beauty. But I believe we will target this audience. As well as location in downtown Toronto. We believe because it's so multicultural, this will be the best place to get these new hairstylists into the door to learn about the new curriculum. So it could be anyone that is Black, a person of color, or a white individual. So these are the requirements of our target audience and who we want to target. So yeah. So I decided to do a SWOT analysis. I'm just going to go over this at a high level. So what I included in the SWOT analysis are the strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. So for strengths specifically, like I've said a billion times, we are actually adding something new into this industry while adding diversity. Diversity is in demand. Looking for hairstylists that know how to work with textured hair is very in demand, as there is so little of them, as well as where we're going to have it. So in the location in downtown Toronto, we believe that this location is a strength for us. As I said prior, is very multicultural and it will attract a lot of people, as well as experience and knowledge, and our competitive advantage is another strength that sets us aside. When it comes to weakness, being a startup company is a weakness. If you have not worked for a startup company, it's all trials and tribulations. So it can be hard for us to attract new students or new customers as we first open up within the months, where there may not be enough staff or too little staff, as well as there are a handful of other providers that offer cosmetology school services to the general public, which many people will actually go to because of their reputation and the word of mouth. So that's also a weakness for us. When it comes to threats within the market, we believe that competition within the target market would be a threat, as well as client satisfaction, not having enough products, and rent increasing due to this area, especially because it's in downtown Toronto. We just never want to be in a position where we can't afford the rent, and sometimes rent can get very high in Toronto. So I feel like this is a threat to us, as well as client satisfaction, so student satisfaction when they come to the school, as well as people that buy the curriculum. We feel like this could be a threat if they aren't happy, which can actually go into making our business get bad reviews. So we don't want that. And then when it relates to opportunities, some opportunities that can happen within this is that we can expand our current location, making more than one curriculum, offering more products, enlargement of the departments, additional classroom, and an increase in student enrollment. So we want to make more than one version of a curriculum so that we can keep giving it to schools and other customers so they have different versions. We also want to offer more products that will be good in the future. And then we want to, hopefully, if we are doing successful, enlarge the departments and increase student enrollment. So we will be a very good and fast-paced business when it comes to the cosmetology school. So now I want to talk to you about our financials of what we have in mind when it comes to the school. So the expense of constructing a school in downtown Toronto would be very, very, very expensive, and that's what we were going to do first. So instead of that, we actually want to look for an older building and construct it into a cosmetology school. So the interior, we want to renovate that to make it better. So the overall cost of that, we would want it to be $100,000. When it comes to marketing cost, we intend to spend $10,000 on marketing. We are looking for a marketing team with a lot of experience that can help us spread the word about our company. This is because creating content and marketing takes a lot of time, as well as we wouldn't have time to do it ourselves because we are a startup. So we want our items of marketing and launch to be covered up to $10,000. So we would actually outsource our marketing team with people that have years of experience. When it comes to employee wages, each teacher's average income would be $47,622 or $23 an hour, with a potential bonus of $5,000. After doing some research, this is like the minimum amount that hairstylists teachers make. So we, as a startup, we just want to give them the min, and then when we start to make better, we can increase their wages as we go on. For rent, we would spend a total of minimum of $2,500 to $3,000 a month. And I know that sounds high, but because of the cost of living in Toronto, we believe that we probably cannot find anything cheaper than that. So we just want to keep that within budget. When it comes to websites, we don't want to spend too much money on our website. This website will cost us $1,000 each year to help keep and maintain, making sure that everything is up to date and aesthetic for our users to use. And then when it comes to monthly burn rate, the overall cost of running our business would be $5,000 per month. And then we will actually hire an accountant to make sure that we are staying on business and on budget. So when it comes to business risk and mitigation, our biggest business risk is our financial income. As a startup company, having financial risk is a concern. However, we believe if we sell our products and incorporate a sales department that pitches our ideas to individuals that are still interested would actually help. So just to further go in on that is, for our curriculum, we would hire a sales team within the near future to talk to other business vendors and other schools to pitch our curriculum, as well as going on TV, making content, just so that we can stay within so we don't have, our business risk isn't too big. When it comes to business sustainability, so instead of building a new construction for the business, we will find an old building and rent it to lessen our carbon footprint of all the tractors and trailers that we would be using, as well as not putting another high-rise downtown Toronto, because there honestly doesn't need to be any more. So another thing is that we will also be using vendors that are sustainable ingredients in their products, as well as buying sustainable products. As of right now, we don't have one, but we're actually looking into buying or looking for a vendor that uses sustainable ingredients, so we are not adding to the pollution and adding bad products or ingredients into our products. And then lastly, when it comes to value proposition, so when customers use our services and products, they will gain a variety of perks and value. So some reasons why a customer will want to use our service would be for the following. They will learn about textured hair. They will get benefits by attending our school. Our cosmetology school is open to anyone, so regardless of their race, ethnicity, they can come and learn about textured hair. They will actually receive a fair return on their investments. Students will gain more knowledge, and students will be able to develop their portfolio, as well as increase their revenue and income in the future. So lastly, I want to ask a question. So I'm asking for an investment of $100,000 to help support the starting of a cosmetology school. This will help with all the financials that we explained earlier when starting a new business. We believe that this cosmetology school would do very good within the current state of the market and what it has to offer. Within 5 years of receiving the money, the investment will actually be paid back. So that's what we are asking for. So this is actually the end of my pitch presentation, and I wanted to thank you for listening. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you again.